Suburban Sentinel here, bringing you practical advice for a chaotic world. Today I'm going to be doing a short review of the Surefire Minimus Headlamp. And so let's jump right into the gear review checklist and start with what I call the 3Fs, or form, fit, and function. I have here in front of me the Surefire Minimus. It is an older model. I've had this for several years. This particular product from Surefire has been updated, but I believe the basics are still the same. This is a LED headlamp with a variable output intensity control and a tilt adjustment for the direction of the beam. It's powered by a single CR123 battery. This particular headlamp is made for short-range illumination and close-up work. Starting from back to front, let me give you a little better view of this here. The lamp comes with a 1-inch elastic headband. It has very good retention. The elastic is very durable. It has good stretch, and it also has very good adjustment. Even a fathead like me can wear this with a fairly large size helmet, and it has very great range of adjustment. Moving up, and make sure I got this, the lamp has a neoprene forehead pad, which is very comfortable, and I've had no problems with that deteriorating after daily usage for several years. The frame that holds the light is polymer, similar to a polymer on a handgun, I believe, and that has been very durable as well. No problems with that, even with a fair amount of rough handling. The light itself is encased in a hard anodized aluminum body, and it is an LED lamp. I'm not sure which model LED it is. Use of the headlamp is very straightforward. The light intensity control is on the user's right, and by simply turning this knurled knob one way or the other, the light output is adjustable. On the user's left side of the headlamp is a combination of the battery compartment and the tilt control. To change the angle of the headlamp, you simply rotate the knurled knob. And at the end of the knurled knob is the battery compartment cap. I'll unscrew that just to show it. Bring this in a little closer. And it's a finely threaded cap with a captive tether. And there you have the one CR123 battery. And there is a nice O-ring in the cap to make the headlamp waterproof. Note that one must be fairly careful when using the tilt adjustment, because it's fairly easy to accidentally loosen the battery compartment cap while you're using the tilt mechanism. I don't even really use the tilt mechanism very much, because I keep my headlamp mounted on top of a narrow brimmed hat. I wear a hat when I go out most of the time anyway, so this headlamp just rides on the hat, and when I need to change the position of the headlamp, I just tilt the hat up and down, and that works out very well. As far as performance goes, first what I'll do is cut to some outside shots, both with and without the Minimus, to give you an idea of how this little headlamp performs. Last night I came out here with the Surefire headlamp, and I'm going to film the same area here in broad daylight just for reference. And here we have on camera, that is the giant stump. That's about a 18-foot tall tree stump. And you can see we have an abundance of wildlife here in the burbs. There's our resident turkeys Ernie and Bert. And so I'm going to pan across, and this is the area which, by the magic of video making, we will see in complete darkness. Okay, it is well into the night here in the suburbs, and I'm out here in the backyard, and I'm in the same area as we filmed for the daytime shot. And there is the wood pile, and I'm not sure this is showing up on camera, but there's the big tree stump. I'm about 20 feet away, and that's the 18-20 foot tall big stump. There are the wildflowers panning across. This is on high power, and the Surefire St. Minimus has an effective range, let's call it about 20 to 25 feet of throw, and about the same in beam spread. Switching gears, let's talk a little bit about the logistics involved with this headlamp, or what I call the ilities: the reliability, maintainability, durability, and compatibility. As far as reliability goes, the 2 units that my wife and I have been absolutely reliable. Now, we have not really put these through the ringer. We haven't gone mountaineering with them, no spelunking or any of that kind of stuff. But they have been through some seriously rough weather, through blizzards, nor'easters, hurricanes, and the units have been 100% reliable, no complaints at all. Because the headlamp has a high degree of adjustability and light intensity, it's hard to give an accurate estimate of expected battery life. However, I use my headlamp every night for walking the dog, and the adjustment I use is roughly a half to a third power, depending on the ambient lighting from the moon, etc. And on average, I probably get 6 to 7 hours of battery life from the single CR123, which isn't spectacular, but is certainly acceptable. As far as other maintenance, the only thing I've had to do to the headlamp is, on occasion, I'll put some preservative on the O-ring that seals the battery compartment, and I'll put some preservative on the tether for the battery compartment cap. And the only other thing I would have to do is clean the lens on occasion. As far as durability goes, I can't say definitively whether this is a highly durable unit or not, because again, we have not put our particular units through the ringer for a period of many, many years. We've only had these a couple of years, and we've only really used them in rough weather. But I can say that based on the build quality, I certainly would expect these to be very durable. And I put a lot of confidence in these, and I would not hesitate to use these in a mountaineering or spelunking situation if I were young enough and crazy enough to do that kind of stuff anymore. Compatibility is another strong point for the St. Minimus. It uses the common CR123 battery, which is also used in many other high-end illumination tools. Personally, I like to use the St. Minimus in conjunction with a handheld flashlight. The St. Minimus for the short-range wide beam spread application, and then have the handheld in my pocket or wherever in case there's something I need to spot further out, 100, 150 feet away. Moving on to cost and value. These are going for around $100 a pop, which is certainly not inexpensive for a headlamp. However, I do believe that it is worth it. As far as suggested improvements, I would really like to see Surefire come up with some sort of inexpensive spare battery holder to mount on the back of the headband. It would be real nice to have the spare 123 battery just so you don't get caught short. Certainly I can make something up to attach to the headband, but I'd be more than happy to pay Surefire to do that for me. Other than that, I think the St. Minimus is a terrific light, and I give this a buy, even though the price is a little steep. So that's all I have to say about the St. Minimus at this time. Questions and enlightening comments are always welcome. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.